Hi, I'm Jennifer Smith.
And I'm Melva Jones.
And we are Women's Health in Black and White. Today we're going to be talking a little bit about lubrication.
Right.
The vagina is supposed to naturally lubricate, but sometimes it's just not enough for whatever reason. Or sometimes intercourse lasts a really long time and it just doesn't hang out as long as you'd like it to. And we want sex to be comfortable.
Right.
We don't want you to be sore or raw afterwards, and we want it to be an enjoyable experience for everyone involved. Yes. So they make these wonderful things called lubricants, sexual lubricants on the market, and there's a lot of them. Some of them you can find at your local grocery store. Usually on the aisle where the feminine hygiene products are or where the pregnancy tests are, you can find these as well. Some of them are specialty items you may have to order, but you can get your hands on these and they're not terribly expensive.
Right.
The most expensive one I saw was like $35. The cheapest one was $8. But you need to know before you buy what you're getting, what it will work for, what it won't work for, because they're all a little different.
Right.
So the one that I think most people know about is probably KY jelly.
Yes.
And for what we use it for, quick vaginal exams, making the speculum a little more comfortable when we have to use it, it works really well. For intercourse, I don't think it works so great. It's a water-based lubricant, and a lot of them are water-based. Water-based lubricants are really great for people who are using condoms, because you can't use anything that's oil-based or silicone with a condom. It's good for if you're using silicone sexual toys. It just doesn't last a long time, so you may need to reapply, and that's fine.
Right.
You can use it as often as you like. It's not going to hurt anything. But if you are having a long sexual experience, KY jelly or Astroglide may not be enough for you. You may need something a little more, or you may need to reapply several times. Another thing that I found was called Good Clean Fun, and it's unique because it's an aloe base.
Okay.
So aloe base means that it is safe for latex condoms and safe for silicone toys. It's also paraben free. This is important. Paraben is a preservative. And if you're going to use paraben for something that has nothing to do with your body, then I don't have a problem with it. But paraben has a tendency to change how your hormones work.
Yeah.
So it changes your hormonal function, and it has been shown to increase breast cancer risk. And importantly for what I do, it is very bad for reproductive intercourse. If you are trying to get pregnant, this is a bad idea because it can be parabens can be toxic for sperm. They just kill it.
Yeah.
There's one called Riplens. Riplens is a silicone-based lubricant. The reason why silicone is great is because it's a little thicker. Hangs out a little bit longer.
Lasts longer.
Better for intercourse. It's going to last a long time. The problem with silicone is that it can mess with silicone sexual aids. If you have a silicone toy, you don't want to use this. And silicone can affect the way a condom works. Not nearly as bad as an oil, but it is possible that it affects a condom in a negative way, and so I would recommend water-based for that.
Right.
Now there's one on the market that's called Sliquid, and it's a combination. It's a water-based with a little bit of silicone to make it last longer. And the company promises that there's not enough silicone in it to mess with condoms or to mess with silicone-based toys. It's safe for both. So if you are looking for something that's going to last a little longer, that's a good choice. Now, if you're looking for something that is all natural, that is going to be the safest choice for conception, then you might want to look at something called Pre-Seed. Pre-Seed is water-based, and it's the only one on the market that was specifically designed to be pH balanced to simulate a fertile woman's cervical mucus.
Wow.
So it doesn't interfere with conception, and in fact it helps promote conception. Now, you can get a really good lubricant in your kitchen. But there are good choices and there are bad choices.
Please listen carefully. Just don't go crazy with your kitchen items.
Okay. Coconut oil. Let me say this before I go into these. Anything that has oil in it is bad for condoms. Coconut oil, sweet almond oil, olive oil, they will break your latex condom in a New York minute. So if you're going to be using condoms, don't use one of these.
Yeah.
But here are your choices. Coconut oil, sweet almond oil, a good high-grade olive oil, avocado oil. Those are all good. Ghee. Ghee is clarified butter, so the milk solids have been evaporated out, and it has the benefit of not only being a good lubricant, but tasting really good. So if you are into oral sex, ghee might be a good choice for you.
Right.
I would suggest, though, that you take a good bath afterwards. You don't want anything hanging out that might become rancid.
Right.
There is a Japanese yam, and I'm going to mispronounce this, and I'm sorry. Nagamio. That has a slimy texture and works as a really good lubricant, and it is perfectly safe with condoms. Egg whites. We talked about in a previous video that cervical mucus at fertility was like egg whites, kind of stretchy and slimy. Egg whites make a really good lubricant. My problem with egg whites is, how do you crack that egg in your bedroom and not look awkward?
I know. Probably have to do that prior.
Probably. Aloe vera. If you've ever used aloe vera on a burn, you notice that the inside of aloe vera is kind of slimy.
Yeah.
Aloe vera makes a decent lubricant, and it's perfectly safe to use with condoms. But be careful if you buy aloe vera that's prepared, like, from Walmart, Kroger. You want to make sure that it doesn't also contain alcohol.
Yeah.
Because that would burn badly. Definitely don't use baby oil. Definitely don't use Vaseline. Definitely don't use Aquaphor. Nothing that's petroleum based.
Right.
And I don't want you to just grab your vegetable oil off the shelf either. The oils that I recommended are very high grade food oils. They are perfectly safe. But the ones that are really processed, canola oils, vegetable oils, the things that you would buy to like fry stuff with, they've usually been treated with really high temperatures and chemicals, and we don't want to use those at all.
Right.
So I would choose something that was a little more high grade, like the sweet almond or the coconut oil. Of course, with the coconut oil, you have the benefit of it all smelling like a vacation.
Right.
So there are some good choices out there if you're looking for lubrication, but think about what you're going to be doing. Think about how long it's going to last. Think about what your birth control is. They don't work with condoms, some of them. And think about whether or not you're trying to get pregnant before you choose your birth control. But before you choose your lubricant. Before you choose your lubricant. I know what I'm talking about. If you have any questions, if you have any stories you want to tell us, if you found the perfect like us on Facebook, comment, Instagram, Twitter.
Listen at our podcast.
And let us know.
Yeah, we'll be looking forward to hearing from you.
Bye.